Yo, what's up? This is your boy Postman, and you're tuned in to Post in the Diary Room. Welcome to Post in the Diary Room. And as you may know, every day is a good day to get a delivery from the Postman. And of course, if this is your very first time tuning in, please kindly like, share, subscribe, comment, do whatever is necessary to engage with the content, and most importantly, enjoy the review. Because this is another special review. At this point, every review that I do is very special. This one is very special to me because for the first time ever, we are stepping out of the borders of South Africa, but we're not going very far. We're just going next door. We're going to our neighbors here. We're going here to the guys from eSwatini, and we're going to review an artist by the name Oriiginelle. And Oriiginelle is a rapper from eSwatini, Mbabane to be specific. And I first came across her around 2023, if my memory serves me well. And I just came across her music on the TL on Twitter, and she did a freestyle on Twitter, and I think she was sitting on the couch, and that caught my attention. But I think that was during the time when she was doing the project that dropped last year that had the orange cover titled Metamorphosis. Metamorphofields. Yeah, that project. Yeah, I think it was moments leading up to that project or after that project. I'm not quite sure, but that's where I came across Oriiginelle. And like I said, she's a rapper, creative, and all these things considered. And to me, surprisingly, the 7 track idea seems consistent because even with this new release, it managed to find its way into the project titled Expensive Hunger. So from the very first project that she dropped, she's consistently had 7 tracks on each and every EP, including the EP that did drop last year. And the current EP titled Expensive Hunger also does have 7 tracks in total. I do need to make mention of the fact that midweek releases are officially back because this project did drop sometime during the week last week, and the rollout of this particular project is something worth commending despite maybe limitations of resources and so forth, but she made it work, and I thought it was very creative to say the least. I think since the last time I first came across Oriiginelle as a musician, she has grown, and her motion is now a lot crazier than it was before because she would then go on to make music with the likes of Zulu Meka, who I think is in the same soundscape as her. There are many similarities between her and Zulu Meka that you guys can draw from. It's no secret that they make the same similar type of music and more or less the same similar type of style. And one could argue that the only difference that sets them apart is the depth of the voices, because Zulu Meka's voice is a lot deeper while Oriiginelle's voice is a lot squeakier. So yeah, I think the only difference that they have is perhaps how they look and even how they sound, but they make the same type of music, and I'd argue they even rap the same, but not exactly the same. But on the note of Zulu Meka and Oriiginelle teaming up for a joint, they did team up on the joint titled Changes, which is the second track on this project titled Expensive Hunger. This is a boom bap joint, a classical boom bap joint. It has what sounds like some automated distortions that do come on during the course of the song or at the beginning particularly, as well as these recurring keys that we hear as the song progresses. The song Changes speaks on the changes that she is going through, and the she in this particular context is Oriiginelle, and she's talking about the changes that she's going through, the changes that is to come, and she's citing all things related to greener pastures, where she comes from as well as where she's going, and all of this is done in one part of her verse. I thought Zulu Meka was so fantastic. I thought Zulu Meka was so fantastic on this joint. I think it was a great team up. She complemented the beat very well. The speed also suits her rapping style and essentially did allow her to shine as the guest feature. She also takes the time to expand on her thoughts on change as well as how she views change as a person. I think the craziest part to me in relation to the song has to be the realization that and Tatao and Novel were meant to be on the song Changes. Not even meant to be, they were on the song Changes, but instead what happened was when Zulu Meka's verse came in, everything stopped, and then they then shifted the verses onto the other joint being 16s and some. And I think it was a great call, to be quite honest, because I don't really hear Tatao and Novel on the song Changes, because I thought the song Changes suits Zulu Meka best, just like 16s and some suits Tatao and Novel best, because I also don't hear Zulu Mecca rapping on that type of beat. And at this point, I'm not even questioning anyone's rap capabilities. I'm just going with what I've heard these guys on. And I think to have Dadao as well as Novel on the song titled 16s and Some was a great call because it suits their style, and whatever they had intended on doing on the song changes, they did. And it doesn't even sound out of pocket. It doesn't sound far off. It sounds really good. It sounds really perfect. It fits. To prove this notion, and Dadao opens up his verse with the lines, "My first sign of change were coins accumulating." So you understand, Uti, initially, yes, in his mind, he's like, Mina, they told me this joint is title change, so I'm gonna be Dadao. I'm just gonna play around with the words and say, so you understand, Uti, the man in his the man in his head, while he was writing, he was conceptually was writing about change. Kanti little did he know, Uti, yay, we're gonna move him to the other joint. But I think even the other joint, man, like wow, what a beautiful rap song. I think if we're talking rap songs, this has to be up there amongst my favorite rap songs. And when I mean rap songs, I'm talking about like rap songs where people are actually going at it. I thought Novel had the best verse. He had the longest out there, but his verse was really good in my opinion. I thought his verse was really good. And at some point they even had to chase him out of the joint because he was just enjoying himself for a really long time, where they now had to switch off the drums and give it some a cappella feel. And I thought that was really good. I know a lot of you guys might judge me for this, but besides being judged, I don't care. But I do actually love the song Sentiments because this is a song that makes me dance, and this is a song that I can play whenever I feel happy, because it's like a song that makes you wanna, play whenever you've achieved whatever it is that you intended on achieving. Because also Oriiginelle comes into this joint talking about how she's a star and clearly says fuck all those people who said she wouldn't be next. So this is a joint that is a feel good song. It's a very bright song. It's like, it's a fuck you to all the haters and all the people who said you wouldn't be shit. And now that izinto ziyahlangana, it's like, oh yeah, go on, there's niggas who are, now it's like a spit on their faces. So I like such a joint. I think this is a song that would do great on a video game. This is some video game music. Motions comes on and she sings momentarily. The song generally was very flat, and it's about someone who's particularly on the verge of a breakup with a significant other. My highlight has to be Toby from the 59th. Was very good on this particular project. He was so amazing, breath of fresh air. I liken him to a JID, and this is purely based on how he sounded on this particular joint, his voice in particular, and how he does this thing of switching flows in one particular verse. And how he does it is something that is also close to what JID does in most cases. Closed Doors plays as a moment of reflection for her because sheds light on the gatekeepers, on the industry, and how a lot of people make life difficult for her. And she also makes it clear that she's not gonna give up despite maybe the shortfalls that do come with the game, and she's just gonna keep going and just do her own thing. The downside for me throughout this course of the project had to be that intro. I thought that song takes a very long time to come in, and I also don't understand the idea or the decision to make it the lead single, because wow, like it takes a very long time, close to like a minute to come on. And I don't understand the effect that it had, and all the moments during the first part of the song, I don't understand the effect that they were supposed to have on the joint. But I did feel like the part where Oriiginelle says into my soul, into my soul, I thought that should have placed at the end of the song. And I think the effect would have been there, and it would have been sounding a lot better than it does right now. Because yeah, it left me a lot confused as to what's happening right now. Still trying to grapple how or deal with how they made that the lead single. It doesn't make sense. This project has very great features for sure. Shout out to Soda Beats for his contribution. I thought he was very brilliant. That beat on 16s and Some, wow. Yeah, Alchemist is in danger because Soda Beats is in the cut. I enjoyed hearing his production and the beats that he he had. I'm thinking this project gets a 5 out of 10 from me. Post in a diary, please kindly like, share, subscribe, comment, do whatever is necessary to engage with the content, and most importantly, I will see you on the next one.